Right, watch out, got the back. Okay, back on this today. I've done the little hugger there, happy with that. Chuffed to bits, it doesn't need to be any bigger than that. I could have made it bigger, more traditional length, that would have been easy, just extra fiberglass, no problem at all, and then moulded it into the chain guard. But then I could have bought one of those, and I haven't got any of the bodywork on here, just bought and bolted on. That's not customising, that's accessorising, and I'm not interested in that. I made that myself because it was fun and interesting to do it, and as you saw, it weighs practically nothing. Happy with that. It's only there to keep all the road crap and blast off the shock. Got that lovely nitron shock. I don't want to have to put a shock sock over it. I want to show it off because it looks fabulous, and in that case I might as well just keep the rubbish off it so it doesn't get sandblasted, and that's all that's for, nothing more. Right, now the little Undertray. I'm just going to put a flat sheet under here, nothing more, and the first task is to mount these little L-shaped brackets that I took so much trouble to make up inside there so that I can then screw the flat sheet to them. And that is the challenge, because that is curved inside, but they are 90 degrees. That means they don't sit straight. So let's get around that little problem first. You see in there. There we are. I want them properly thickly resined in, loads of fiberglass over the top of them to hold them as well as that glue. So that's half of them done, or the first 5. 3 more to do. Right, it's nearly half an hour since I laid that up and it's curing extremely slowly. It's only 18 degrees today, as you can see. It's raining, it's a wet day as well, which is what, 12 degrees down on what it's been recently, so I'm not used to this. It's just starting to cure now after half an hour. That's just gone up. Started about 18, it's now 26. So that's only just starting to cure now, which means it's going to take a long time, probably 48 hours before that's completely hard and all the way through cured, along with the glue as well. So I don't think there's much more I can do. Shame, shame. Drying times as usual. Right, there we go. That's all I can do for today. That's going to take longer to dry than planned, I'm afraid. This stuff as well, this old no one else that I used. The idea of that was to just double whammy, really, to use that to glue it on. That reaches full strength, it says, in 24 to 48 hours. And so does the fiberglass, to be quite honest. That's going to take longer than usual because the temperature's dropped and it's now damp and humid as well. So I'll leave it there and I'll just come back to it in a couple of days and I'll crack on. They've all got to be cleaned up. The next thing is to get a little Dremel and clean all the surface of them up, cut the line clean so that the panel fits in underneath, and then I can screw it in. Once I've done that, then I can actually start to make that panel. I've got the fiberglass sheet that I made recently. I've got some tissue fiberglass matting to finish it with. Got to get a little bit more resin, that's cheap, and just order that online. But I've got to make a curve under here because this structure here, it protrudes down very slightly outside of where those bolts are. When you look across the bolts, across that way, there's just a little protrusion, so I've got to make a slight curve to it. And I thought what I might do is make a curve to the whole thing underneath, that just very, very slightly, just a very slight curve. The idea being that hopefully it will look more organic. It will give a more rounded look, because the whole tail is rounded. For the underneath to be dead bored flat, I think that will just look a bit harsh and sudden, whereas it's better if it just blends in. So I'm just trying to make it look a little bit better. I'm not a designer, but these things just come to mind, so why not try it? If it doesn't work, well, there you are, I'll try it. So that's it, I'm going to leave it there for today. Thanks ever so much for all your kind comments, really, really appreciate it. I didn't weigh the little aluminium brackets that I glued on, but to be quite honest, I don't think they're going to weigh much more than that little hugger, just a few ounces. Really, this isn't a race bike, it really doesn't matter. I'm only looking for whether I go over the original factory weight. And as it stands, I'm about 15 kilos behind it at the moment, so I'm way fine, so it doesn't matter. Right, there we are, I'm going to call it done. Thank you for watching, take it easy, ride safe. I'll see you next time.